This Yes2Maths video is about use of half AB sine C to find the area of a triangle. Bit of a check though, because normally, talking about the area of a triangle, we would be more familiar with this formula. Sometimes base times height divided by 2, or sometimes written as a half base times height. And that's what we use through your earlier years, through year 7, 8, 9, 10. We would be more familiar with using base times height divided by 2 to find the area of a triangle. Straightforward questions where you're given the base and the height, and more complicated questions where you might be given some information, have to use it to work out, for example, using these two to work out the height to then be able to do it. But we could definitely do base times height divided by 2 for a question like this. Let's just make sure we can. Base is 5, height is 6, divide that by 2, and we get an area of 15 centimetres squared. Brilliant. But we've got this other formula now. We're talking about half AB sine C. So, just quickly draw that triangle again. We consider the same right angle triangle. So I put my 5 centimetres on there, put my 6 centimetres on there. This time I think I'm just going to call it 90 degrees. Although obviously we know that's what the little right angle in there means. And let's go for the half AB sine C formula instead, see if that one works. Just like before, our focus is to use C on here. So there's our C for the angle, which gives us a little C there. I'm going to call that one A and call that one B. And I now have my A, my B and my C ready to use in the formula. Area half AB times C, so this time area equals a half multiplied by A, 5, multiplied by B, 6, multiplied by sine C, sine 90. And you might be one step ahead. We'll get there in a second. If you type in your calculator, half times 5 times 6 times sine 90, we get exactly the same, 15 centimetres squared. How does that work? How come? Well, it's because sine 90 equals 1. So essentially what we've got here is a half times 5 times 6 times 1, half times 5 times 6, 5 times 6 divided by 2, half times 5 times 6. We get exactly the same answer. Our right angle in here has given us the 15 centimetres squared answer that we got when we were using the original standard base times height over 2 or half base times height. So just a quick check, making sure that you're happy. These two formulae are comparable, they do work together. We don't have to use one or the other. We're very familiar with the pink one, we're getting to grips with the blue one, but we could even use the blue one on a question that we have been answering with base times height divided by 2.